Today is essentially the biggest day of Jakob Ingebrigtsen's life. Today will pretty much determine his whole future, and whether he win or lose can and will make or break his career. What's good, everybody? It's the GOAT Aaron Brown, and before this video starts, be sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you appreciate the videos I make, be sure to hit the thanks button right above the comment section. Let's jump straight into it. Since the World Championships last year in Budapest, this is the moment we've been waiting on. The anticipation been high, and the trash talk between Jakob Ingebrigtsen and Josh Kerr has been through the roof. Jakob Ingebrigtsen is Nike's golden guy when it comes to mid-distance. They're the guy that they're pushing, that he's heavily being promoted, and he has like 5 different commercials that's airing during the Olympics. And I know this because I'm actually in one of them. But all of the marketing that they're putting into this race, into Jakob Ingebrigtsen, he's the defending Olympic champion. He haven't won this event at a global championship since the last Olympics. He has the world lead, and on paper, he's probably the favorite, depending on how you look at it. But in my opinion, I don't think he's the favorite. Any one of these guys can definitely pull off the victory in this race. Not the Americans, of course. I'm talking about Josh Kerr and Jakob. Like they say, if he did it before, he can do it again. Same guy right now, same guy back then. Josh Kerr is your most recent global champion in the 1500. Jakob Ingebrigtsen, it's been 3 years since he's won, but he's won before. And he runs really fast times in these time trial races where you have pacers and the pacing lights. He drops world leads and he breaks European records, but that means nothing when it comes to racing, because when it comes to mid-distance and also global championship finals, it's not about who's the best time trialer. It's about who's the best racer. And Jakob have been outraced every championship since the last Olympics. So we're going to see if he can put together a series of laps when it comes to this 1500 to drop off this stiff competition that he has. But if he doesn't win this race, especially the way he's been talking, that's like pretty much career suicide. And Josh Kerr, he's not as big and he doesn't have the fan base, but he's known because he is attached to the name Jakob Ingebrigtsen. It's like they're both rivals. But if he goes out here and win this race, he cemented himself as one of the best runners when it comes to the 1500 of all time. He may not have the records, he may not have the all-time mark, but being a back-to-back global champion in this event speaks volumes. Defending world champion shows up the next year and win the Olympic title. That'll be a story for the books, and it'll also be a very huge upset, because in my opinion, I feel like in a circumstance like this, when it comes to being the best racer, I feel like Josh Kerr is a slight favorite. But Jakob has all the hype behind him because he's the bigger name. He has like the following. He has all the marketing behind him. He has Nike behind him, really pushing him to the forefront. He's their guy. He's their face. He has the little tattoos on his leg. But at the end of the day is going to end. And those little tattoos can't win you the race. Your following can't win you the race. The hype behind you can't win you the race. All the commercials you starred in can't win you the race. Only you going out there taking care of business on that day in that race can win you the race. And we also have other people in this race who have done things globally, like Timothy Cheruiyot. He was a global gold medalist in this event in the 1500. He seemed a bit a little off in the semifinal rounds, but you just never know. People find another gear in the final and they really lock in. Then we also have the Americans in this race, Cole Hawker, Yair Nuguse, and Hobbs Kessler. In my opinion, maybe one of them have a chance at getting a bronze medal, but nothing higher than bronze for the Americans. Like, if any one of them get a bronze medal, we should probably celebrate like they just broke a world record, because that's a rare occurrence when it comes to events above 800 meters or above 400 meters in the United States. We typically suck in those events in comparison to the rest of the world. But I am definitely curious to see how this race is going to turn out. And I'm definitely curious to see how the winner acts and how they conduct themselves after this race in their celebration. And in my opinion, if I had to like choose a person who I want to win, I would definitely have Josh Kerr to win this race. Like Jakob is cool. I did a commercial with him, things of that nature, but I just think Josh Kerr is way more cool and he's way more authentic. And I just think he has that dog mentality. He's not the fastest, but when you have that dog mentality, you can get the job done regardless. And he's proven that he can get the job done when it counts the most. And he's been sliding this year. He broke an indoor world record coming off his outdoor 1500 meter championship last year. So he's really on fire. I'm curious to see how he's going to get. His confidence is super duper high, and his pockets will be super, super fat if he can take the dub in this race. But I'm curious to see who y'all have getting top 3 in this race. Let me know down below in the comments. And like I said earlier, if you appreciate the content that I make, be sure to hit the thanks button right above the comment section. But the race we've all been waiting for is finally here. We finally get to see who's the fastest man or who's the toughest man in the 1500.